Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. This is Miss Sidra Iqbal, visiting teacher of the Department of History and Art, Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Bangalore Campus, Lahore. I am here with the course title of Economic History of Pakistan for the program of Masters of History with the course code of HIST 4118. In this series of Economic History of Pakistan, today we are going to discuss the topic public and private sector finance. First of all, finance contributes a relatively small value to GDP, though its growth rate in the late 20th and early 21st centuries has been considerable. Pakistan has a variety of state banks, state run banks, though more recent trends have been toward privatizing these scheduled, scheduled i.e. commercial banks, private banks, and foreign banks. Noteworthy has been to spread of banks that operate within the principles of Islamic law. A number of such institutions were established beginning in the 1980s, and more recently several established Western style banks have opened up divisions offering Islamic banking services. Offering Islamic banking services, Pakistan has a fairly well developed system of financial services. The State Bank, the State Bank of Pakistan, which established just after birth of Pakistan, after the 1 year of the birth of Pakistan in 1948 by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, or the inauguration done by the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, has overall control of the banking sectors, acts as banker to the central provisional governments, and administers official monetary and credit policies, including exchange controls. It has the sole right to issue currency, the Pakistan rupee and has custody of the country's gold and foreign exchange services. Pakistan has a number of commercial banks called scheduled banks, which are subject to strict state bank requirements as to paid up capital as to paid up capital and reserves. They account for the bulk of total deposits collected through a network of branch offices. A few specialist financial institutions provide medium and long term credit for industrial, agricultural, for long term credit for industrial, agricultural, and housing purposes, and include the Pakistan Industrial and Investment Corporation 1957. Since 2001, PICIC Commercial Bank Limited, the Industrial Development Bank of Pakistan 1961, the Agricultural Development Bank of Pakistan 1961, which established in 1961, and the House Building Finance Corporation 1952. There are a number of private banks, many of which operate from Karachi. Habib Bank, Habib Bank Limited is one of the oldest banks in Pakistan. The Bank of Credit and Commerce International (BCCI) was founded in Pakistan in 1972. BCCI's collapse in 1991 participated a collapse in 1991 participated a major international banking scandal. BCCI जो है उसने कोलैप्स किया था 1991 में, जब उसने वो पार्टिसिपेट किया अ मेजर इंटरनेशनल बैंकिंग स्कैंडल्स के अंदर, उसका कोई स्कैंडल चला होगा, इस वजह से वो कोलैप्स कर गया. The Karachi Stock Exchange the Karachi Stock Exchange Guarantee Limited 1947, Lahore Stock Exchange Guarantee Limited 1970, and Islamabad Stock Exchange Guarantee Limited 1989 are the largest such institution are the largest such institutions in the country. Each deals in stocks and share of registered companies. The Investment Corporation of Pakistan 1966 and the National Investment Trust 1962 were founded by the state to help channel domestic savings into the capital market. Both have since been partly privatized as part of the development of the Islamic economy. Interest-free banking and financing practices have been instituted in many specialized banks. Trade Trade has grown into one of the major sectors of the major sectors of the Pakistani economy and employs a significant proportion of the workforce. Although there has been a trend toward increasing exports, the country has had a chronic annual trade deficit, with imports often outstripping exports. Over the years, important changes have taken place in the composition of foreign trade. In particular, while the proportion of total exports from primary commodities including raw cotton has fallen, the share of manufacturers has greatly increased, but the bulk of the manufactured products coming into the export trade consists of cotton goods, so that Pakistan remains as dependent as ever on its leading cash crop. The other manufactures exported come mostly from industries based on agriculture, such as leather and leather goods and carpets. Exports of rice and petroleum products are also important. The shift toward manufactured agricultural exports, which have a higher added value content, have a higher added value content than primary commodities, has been encouraged by the government. The trade deficits and shortages of foreign exchange have made it necessary for the government to restrict imports and to provide financial incentives and to provide financial incentives to promote export trade. Major imports consist of machinery, chemicals and chemical products, crude oil, refined petroleum, food and edible oils, and motor vehicles. Pakistan's most important trading partners are the United States, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan and China. ये जो सारे हैं जिनमें सऊदी अरेबिया, यूनाइटेड अरब एमिरेट्स, दुबई, सऊदी अरेबिया, अफगानिस्तान एंड चाइना. These are the trading partners. Pakistan's major import sources during the 2014 to 2015. पाकिस्तान ने जो मेजर इंपोर्ट सोर्सेज हैं 2014 से 15 में, वो हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि पाकिस्तान ने सबसे ज़्यादा जो है यहाँ ऑरेंज लाइन चाइना को डिफ़ाइन करी है, पैरेट दुबई को, ब्लू सऊदी अरेबिया, the T-pink is Kuwait, green Indonesia, light orange is US and the others. Pakistan import the 41.0% from the other countries, 22.7% from China, 14.7% from Kuwait. Pakistan import from 7.8% from Saudi Arabia, 5.4% from Kuwait, 4.5% from Indonesia, 3.9% from US, 41.0% from the other countries. These all are the major import sources of the Pakistan during the period of 2014 to 2015. Pakistan major export destinations during the period of 2014 to 2015. These colors with the country, there are colors in the chart. On right side there is colors shown the name of the countries. Pakistan export 15.6% to US, 9.2% to China, 8.3% to Afghanistan, 6.7% to UK, 5.0% to Germany, 4.3% to UAE, and 50.9% to the other countries. These are the major export destinations of the Pakistan during the period of 2014 to 2015. Services. The government has traditionally been a major employer, and just as in other former colonial countries with a well-developed civil service, government positions are coveted for the financial security that they offer, combined with public administration, defense, construction, and public utility services account for roughly one-fourth of GDP and employ about one-fifth of the workforce. Tourism traditionally has contributed little to the economy, but the country has consistently attracted a number of tourists who engaged in adventure tours, particularly in the high mountains of the north, where the Karakoram highways provides access to some of the loftier peaks for hikers and climbers. Likewise, the ruins at Mohenjo-daro and Texla, designated UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 1980, attract a number of interested outsiders each year. Remittances from worker abroad constitute a large, though extremely difficult to measure, source of revenue. At any given time, there are several million Pakistanis working abroad throughout the world. Officially, the income that they send home, as well as money remitted by Pakistani immigrants abroad, amounts to hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Much income is likely transferred through unofficial channels, either by hand or through the service of the traditional system of money exchanges known as hawala, and the total amount of money remitted from abroad is likely much higher than official statements. Thank you so much, students. I hope you can understand the whole things to about the public and private sectors. But if you have any question, you can ask me anytime. Good luck.